Good morning and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news happening here in our city, in our state, our country. We take a look at your ideas, at your questions, at your stories, and we put it all together to try to have an amazing time living here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. And let me tell you, my friends, it is a smirky day. It is, sometimes there's a lot of news. There are many headlines. Sometimes there are no headlines at all. And today, just about every headline that we're going to have deserves one of these. So I'm going to do that once so that we don't have to endure that through the whole broadcast. And we're going to share all kinds of smirky news, and then we're going to go on a taco adventure. But before we do that, let us welcome everybody on this November 30th. It's the last day of November. Tomorrow is December, which means that tomorrow or shortly thereafter, we feel emotionally prepared to answer a certain question we received a few days ago from our friend Kathy, as in Den and Kathy, asking, what are your favorite Christmas carols? And I said to her, not yet. Give me another week. So next week, or in the next few days, we can definitely start talking Christmas carols. Although I did read that somewhere in Florida, somebody got fined for putting out their ornaments too early, too soon. I mean, is that even possible? Anyhow, if you are new to the broadcast, please let us know. And you can let us know by adding the word new to your comment. That way we'll wish you a nice little welcome. And if there is something really important that you wish to bring up during the broadcast, it helps us a great deal if you add the letter Q at the beginning of your comment. That way we'll be looking for them. So with all this said and done, let us dive into the smirky news of today. They say the lights are back on at Los Muertos Pier and that they turned them back on due to citizens' complaints. In reality, we don't even know why they were turned off to begin with, nor do we know if the government actually flipped the switch back on due to citizens' complaints, as stated in this article. But the lights are back on at Los Muertos Pier, or so they say. Before you start going omni-crazy with the latest COVID-19 variety everyone is talking about, kindly consider the user-friendly words Jalisco Health Secretary Fernando Petersen had to say about Omicron. Number one, there is no evidence of serious cases yet. Number two, it shows or it has the same symptoms as other variants. Number three, there are no cases in Mexico yet, but it's likely that they'll come. Number four, even when vaccinated, the pandemic is still active and we are not completely immune to getting the bug. So prevention measures are essential. Number five, Did you hear number 4? Following the prevention measures is essential. And we know what those are. We don't need to repeat them over and over again. But I thought you should know. So don't start going omni crazy on me, please. Clearly, the new local group Salva Vallarta is putting their time and resources to good use. This is the group that is denouncing irresponsible real estate development in the city. We are looking at a feature produced by local reporter Susana Carreño for a national televised news program. And the feature, of course, shows our concern with irregular permits that were approved by the past administration in their final month this past September. So I think it's a good thing that Salva Vallarta is putting these news items on the map. And there you have it. Let's see what else. If you ride the bus on a regular basis, you'll be pleased to know that despite the fact that rate increases have been approved for the city of Guadalajara, there is no indication that bus fares will increase in 2022 here in Puerto Vallarta. Hopefully, Puerto Vallarta's news outlets, such as this one, Vallarta Independiente, will increase their budget for photographers or something, because I'm sure we've seen this particular photo of the Marina Vallarta bus before. Doesn't it look familiar to you? It's like you'd think they could just go out and take a new photo, but what do I know? What else do we have? Oh, yes, the director of permits, Jose Luis Pelayo, and this is the same guy that we announced would be removed from his position because of his authoritative arrogance, but he's still there. What can I say? He announced that his team is going after businesses in Versalles and other colonias that have one thing in common. They all lack permits to take over sidewalks and use them for their own benefit. This is nothing new, but if anything, it's nice to know that they are doing their work. I actually sent a quick message to my friend Cesar, who has a restaurant on Calle Francia, and to ask him how much he has to pay for a permit to put chairs on the sidewalk in front of his restaurant. He hasn't responded to me, but I will be curious to hear what he has to say. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, remember when we went walking down Paseo del Marlin last week? A few of you commented how cars seem to move about as though it was a racetrack, and neighbors have indeed started to complain, as not only is this a problem, there are no clear indications as to which way traffic is supposed to go in several intersections, and this has caused accidents. But you know one thing, cars could drive more slowly and accidents wouldn't happen, right? But, smirk. And last but not least, I ask you, what is wrong with this picture of Guerrero Governor Evelyn Salgado? Take a look at it. Because if you watch closely, you will see that the serpent in Mexico's official symbol has been modified to represent the letter S, which happens to be the first letter of her last name. Where is this? Cue it. There you go. I don't know if this is more arrogant than stupid, or more stupid than arrogant, or ignorant, or vice versa, or a little bit of it all. It's illegal. How do these people expect to have any kind of credibility? The governor of a state changing the flag? I don't know. All I know is this made me smirk, and I hope this made you smirk. And now it's time to look at the weather. Now I wonder what the flag would look like with a serpent showing a letter O, as in Paco Ojeda. No, we would never do that. That's kind of silly and wasteful. Don't tell anyone, but I regularly send bad weather to areas with high concentration of believers with a B. What are believers? Is this people that enjoy Justin Bieber? Well, I don't even know what a believer is with two large B's. Anyhow, the weather is 27 degrees, feels like 28, Humidity is high at 57%, although it was a lot higher just a few months ago. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 81, and our weather forecast for today calls for a humid and mostly cloudy day, high temperature of 30, low temperature of 21. Wednesday, tomorrow, it will be humid through the day. 31 will be our high temperature, and 21 will be the low temperature. And Thursday, we can expect a humid day with a high temperature of 30 and a low temperature of 20. Moving right along, what else do we have? Oh, of course, we have Taco Tuesday. And I think, yes, we dive directly into Taco Tuesday. How exciting is that? As you know, we went walking to Pitillal just a few days ago because we discussed Pitillal this past Friday. And there was this taco place that I had been wanting to explore in Pitillal. We even mentioned them a few weeks ago because I was browsing through Facebook and I happened to notice how beautiful the photographs they had showing what they offer. And we commented on it. And then I was really delighted to hear that some of you had visited this restaurant before. So it's always great. And please know that as much as I recommend things to you, frequently you also recommend things to me and you may not even be aware of it. And that makes me so very happy to be here with you every single morning. There is no single day in which I don't learn something wonderful from someone here in the cluster. So back to Taco Tuesday. I figured when we talked about Pitillal, I said it helps to explore Pitillal with a dining goal. So my goal when I went exploring Pitillal this past Thursday was I'm going to reward myself with some fracking awesome tacos from this place that I had never been to before. And there it was, Los Patrones. Los Patrones, which would be very, very easy to miss if you look at it because it is located on a second story. And we know for a fact that second story restaurants are traditionally not the best of idea because people won't see you. And, I had to go looking for it. I knew what the address was, but, whenever you're looking for the door to a restaurant, it's not always easy to see. Let me show you. Hold on just a second. I need to be able to look at this. The access to the restaurant is over here, and you will notice that the door is closed. This was shortly before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is when they open. So I figured I'm going to go do more exploration. So I went and recorded my little segment on the cultural center. And I came back to this place and they had finally opened. And I climbed up the stairs and I was totally wowed by this spacious place. So festive, so large, so full of knickknacks everywhere. I mean, they even had an adults-only rocking horse for you to patiently wait for your order to be served. I didn't sit on it, although I was very tempted. But I had a mission. I was starving, and so I did not indulge. But I loved the murals. There are these beautiful murals of traditional tortilla makers, and the overall decoration of the place was totally Mexican, festive, Mexican, traditional. And the good thing is that this restaurant not only has kick-ass tacos, they have a huge, huge menu that offers everything from tacos to quesadillas to tortas, sopes, all kinds of traditional Mexican chingaderas that you would want to try. So I was delighted to see it. And of course, they also have daily promotions stated on a blackboard in which you can save a few pesitos here and there if you go on a Monday or a Tuesday, a Thursday or a Friday. But I had my mind and my heart set on their famous and delicious quesadilla, La Patrona, which is over 50 centimeters long. So I ordered one of these with adobada, which is meat that has been seasoned before it is cooked, seasoned with the same seasonings or similar seasonings that they use for tacos al pastor. That's what adobada tacos are. And pum pam pim pam pam. And this is what came back. Oh my God. Strange mistake. Because it was huge. It was ginormous. I mean, I put my cell phone, my iPhone, next to the table or the cutting board that was used to present this to me because it was ginormous. And it was so funny because it was presented just like that. No fork and no knife, no nothing. So I called the waiter and I said, I don't want to look like a newbie, but we will need some, I will need a fork and a knife to handle this. And they brought it immediately, no big whoop. And and so I'm looking at your comments, and I'm so tempted to react, but I'm gonna wait. Anyhow, there is this central, very clearly labeled salsa station and condiment station that you bring out your tacos or your quesadillas to, and you prepare your food to your liking. Again, I did not have tacos, but I had to try this mammoth quesadilla. And this is what the quesadilla looked like um, after I was done with it. And I loved the quesadilla. It was absolutely wonderful. No, I did not finish the whole thing, it was way too large for me, but I enjoyed it thoroughly and look forward to going back to the restaurant. Now, was this better than other taquerias that I've gone to? Not necessarily. And would I say it's the best tacos that I've had in Puerto Vallarta? Not necessarily. They were good. They were great. But to me, the selling point, there are several selling points about this place. First of all, it's upstairs, so there's a lot of ventilation. It's open air. Secondly, there's not only tacos on the menu, there's all these other things that you can try. And because I didn't even have tacos, now I'm tempted to go back and try not only their tacos, but a lot of the other food that they have on their menu. And of course, this being Taco Tuesday, we will immediately add this restaurant to our taco map, which is only available for supporting members here at Coffee and Headlines. If you are a supporting member, you have seen the link to the taco map at Buy Me a Coffee. And if you don't know where that is, just write a comment and I will post the link in the show notes so that you can access it. And that's our Taco Tuesday adventure. If you find yourselves in in Pitillal sometime in the near future, I was so happy to know that there are other places. So far, my two favorite places for tacos in Pitillal would have to be Tacos Neto, which is great because Tacos Neto is a morning slash early afternoon place. So if I find myself in Pitillal in the morning, that's the place that I'm going to go to. And in the afternoons, this place, Los Patrones, was absolutely wonderful. But if you remember our walk through Pitillal or our exploration through Pitillal this past Friday, I also took snapshots of a couple of other places that I was intrigued by that I've never visited. So I think we will be spending a fair amount of time in Pitillal in the next few weeks. And now let us take a quick look at some of your comments this morning just to see what everybody is up to. And Julie says, what a gorgeous day. Good morning. Good morning to you, Julie. And good morning to everyone that has said good morning today. James is excited. Almost here. Just travel safely, my friend. Excellent. Let's see what else we have. It's a special Taco Tuesday for us. Thank you, Paco. It is always my pleasure, Bill. I hope you guys are doing great. Boom, 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 boom. Ana chimes in from Punta Perula. Nice to feel a cooler morning down there. Well, here in Puerto Vallarta, it's also been cooler. I was working on my Cinepolis special, which is the shawl that I'm going to wear at Cinepolis during the winter months because it gets chilly in the movie theater. And I put it on, and it's almost ready. And I was wearing it at home, and I was like, oh my God, I can actually wear my freaking shawl without schwitzing. So there you have it. Yes, we continue to crochet like crazy, and we love it. James is commenting on the new camera. Yes, we did some adjustments a few days ago, and I'm glad that you took notice. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we have. Uh, uh, your comments on the Florida thing, possibly only in a homeowners association. Well, I didn't pay attention to the details, but I was just amused to see that some somebody got fined for putting out Christmas decorations. Um, is it too late for Salva Vallarta to do anything about Monstrosity Day? Ah, well, probably, Dave. That one is there to stay. What can I say? Molino the Ugly, somebody called it the other day. Uh, oh, thank you, Michael. Interesting facts. We pay 28,000 pesos a year to put tables on the patio at Poblanos. I don't know if that is the going rate or if that is the bribe of the day. I mean, I, I, I don't know how this works, but if this is what it takes, restaurants then just do what you're supposed to do and get your permit. I mean, don't. I mean, the photo that we showed when we showed that article was the corner of Sushi In House in Versailles, where they've had a place for people to sit outside and wait for a table for the longest time. It would be so unfortunate if they got fined for something like that. But thank you for that, Michael. I was curious on just how expensive it is. Let's see what else we have. Uh, Marie, is today your birthday? Marie Murdoch, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let's see. What do we have for birthday today? Do we have applause? Yes. Happy birthday. There you go. Let's see what else. Matthew goes, Evelyn Salgado. She must be from the house of slithering. So wrong to change our flag. It's like, who's thinking about that seriously? Let's see what else we have. Um, Michael gives his endorsement for Los Patrones. Thank you very much. Bronica has also been there as well. Good to know. Excellent. Julie says Los Patrones used to be on a back street in Pitillal, Planta Baja. They were always full. Well, I sure hope they're doing okay in this second story location. James asks, where are they now? Well, you will get that in the show notes as always, and of course, you will get that the um, in the taco map if you care to peruse it. Never eat anything bigger than your head. Well, I say never. Enough said. Let's see what else we have. Albert says, what a great restaurant. It was beautiful. I loved it up there. And this is where I was enjoying my quesadilla. And I said to the lady, I think I'm going to die of quesadilla heaven. And she said, just don't die inside of the restaurant. That's what she said. And we both laughed together. Let's see what else we have. Great question. Are the movies shown at Cinepolis shown in original sound or are they dubbed in Spanish? It really depends on the movie, James. For example, I want to go see Encanto, the new animated film by Disney, and it is only available in Spanish, which is unfortunate, at least to me, because I love the with animated movies. I love it. I love them in their original language, and I love them subtitled. With any other kind of film, they are usually presented in the original language, or if they anticipate it's going to be a huge commercial hit, they are sometimes presented in both languages. It always pays to ask when you are buying your tickets. The movie theater usually shows a legend that says subtitulada, which means it's subtitled. And if it's an English language film, it will say in English. But I always make sure that that I ask just to be sure, because it would be very frustrating to have purchased tickets to something, and if it is something in the language that you don't understand or subtitles that you don't understand, then you already paid for it. Kate says, may we see your shawl? Yes, you may, but not today, because I have to walk over there to get it. And if I walk over there, you'll realize that I'm not wearing much under my shirt. And you wouldn't want to see that. You really wouldn't. But when I finish it, and it's a matter of a couple of days, um, I will be so very happy to share it. And I know that I have to get it done because I'm going to go see Encanto with Spanish language dialogue with Logan sometime this week. Let's see what else. Da-di-da-di-da-da. Ah, interesting. Michael adds further comment on the reglamentos prices. Prices are based by meters. Interesting. Marcia asks, have you tried La Tostaderia? No, I haven't, but I know Javier, the owner. La Tostaderia is right next to Telas Parisina in El Centro. Um, and and it's also on my list. I will definitely give it a go next time I find myself in that neck of the woods. Although I'm going to be quite close today because we're going to go film for tomorrow's Walking Wednesday. You asked to see how things are looking by the Mercado at the Rio Quale, and that's precisely what we're going to feature tomorrow. Let's see what else we have. And that's pretty much it. I don't see Paco broadcasting half naked. Actually, I'm just wearing my pajama shorts, but you don't need to see that. You really don't need to see me wearing my pajama shorts. Anyhow, that's our broadcast for today. I hope it wasn't too smirky for you, but I just thought it was funny how news seemed to align in a smirky, almost snarky kind of way today. We'll see what tomorrow holds for us. But in the meantime, I hope you have an awesome Tuesday. I hope you will continue to enjoy and explore the city if you're here. And if you're not here, thank you for keeping Puerto Vallarta close to your heart. And thank you for being a part of this wonderful community you've created. It gives me a lot of joy to be here with you every single day. So stay happy, stay kind, stay generous, stay well connected, stay well fed, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. And if not, sometime in the near future. Ciao.